When traveling with individuals with special needs, it can be beneficial to reserve a bin of novel items. So these don't even have to be new items. They can be items that you've taken away for a while, and when you bring them back out, they seem exciting again. My name is Kirsten Martino, and I'm the Active Learning Specialist at Penrickton Center for Blind Children. It's important to think of safety, make sure things are secured to the seats so that if a hard stop happens, that they will not encounter with the child or with the driver. It's important to make sure that the activities included are developmentally appropriate for that child. If you're planning for a long trip, it can be beneficial to plan ahead to stop at a playground or a park along the way, to allow the children to get out of the car and stretch out and participate in gross motor activities such as walking, rocking, rolling, or even running down a hill. For children with limited mobility, it can be super beneficial to bring the items closer to the child. So sometimes we can put a Velcro glove on a child so that if they bring their hand up to their mouth or even with their other hand, they can engage with those activities that are directly on their body. An activity belt has holes in it for objects to be attached using elastic. We can also do this with an activity vest. So developmentally appropriate objects would be attached so that a child can engage with multiple objects. A position board can be created for a child depending on their developmental levels and their preferences. So I would choose objects that the child likes and objects that provide the skills that the child are working on. We can use a position board on a child's lap, or we can even strap it to the seat in front of us so that they can explore throughout the car ride. If you're traveling on an airplane, it can be beneficial to provide the child with examples of what they might experience as we go through the airport. So we could listen to plane sounds on an iPad, or we could play with model planes and talk about the sounds that we might hear while we're on the plane. And it can also be beneficial to introduce your child to the flight attendant and provide them with some helpful information as needed about your child so that the trip can go a little smoother. Some other tips for taking a road trip with your children with special needs are to offer snacks or food once you get in the car, opposed to right before or after. You can also play travel games throughout your trip. For example, a child could activate a switch every time they hear a certain song or every time the car stops. And sometimes if you're traveling with siblings, it can be beneficial to have more than one of the same item so that children can explore in their own ways and also share those experiences with one another.